Good morning, YouTube world. My name is Joshua Coates, and your overnight success story, and this is the Baby J Show. Today, I have somebody who I just met you in person. We did a FaceTime. I'm going to put you on camera, too. There you go. I met you over FaceTime whenever I had first talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Before I keep going, because I will keep going, please tell the audience, first and last name, who you are, and what you do.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Valentina Leonett. I am a dentist. I am a business owner, and I am a mom to a beautiful 1-year-old. And most recently, I also started doing keynote speaking. So I have my hands full all the time.
Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so where do I want to begin? First off, I want to say thank you so much for entrusting me and my team, even before you met me, and we can talk about that in a second, because I do want to bring that up and everything, because of that was a speaking engagement that you did, and I'm floored by you in so many different ways. Okay, so let's start with talk to me about your story. Talk to me about who you are.
Okay.
And go back to as far back as you can remember.
As far back as I can remember. Okay.
Yes.
I was born in Caracas, Venezuela.
Okay.
And I grew up in a family of healthcare professionals. So my whole
did you
life,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my whole life I was surrounded by dentists, by doctors, medical field reps, I was just exposed to it. And at a very young age, I told my parents, I want to be a dentist. And my parents were like, you're just saying that because you've seen everyone in the healthcare field. Let's make sure you actually want to do this. And I swear my mom made me take 5 different aptitude tests and just to figure out if I really wanted to go into healthcare.
Yeah.
And every single one of them came back to me wanting to be in healthcare. And so for the longest time, I was obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. And I'm like, I want to be a surgeon. And my mom was like, okay, cool. Let's see if we can get you to shadow and talk to some surgeons so that you can learn about that lifestyle and see if it's what you want.
Okay.
And I was like, cool, let's do it. And then I started realizing they were missing out on birthday parties. They were missing out on events because of their schedule. And I was like, I don't know if I like this. I like being with my family. I like spending time with them. And so it all kept coming back to dentistry. I could talk to people all day. I like to talk.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I love talking, but I could talk to people all day. I could build connections with them. I could still do the healthcare part, and it was artsy. It got me thinking and using my hands instead of just sitting behind a desk. And so I told my parents I want to be a dentist, and they're like, okay, cool. And so then I had to make a decision if I wanted to stay in Venezuela or if I wanted to move to the U.S.
At what age was that?
I was 16 when we started having these conversations.
Okay.
So in Venezuela, in Venezuela, when you graduate high school, you immediately go into college, into the career you want. So there's no kind of buffer of, I would go straight into dental school. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, explain that, please.
So you graduate, you're in your senior year of high school. You start applying to schools to whatever it is you want to do. And then you immediately go into that. So here in the U.S., you do high school, then you do college, and then you get into dental school. Over there, you jump straight into dental school. So there's no kind of buffer to figure out what you want to do. By your senior year, you have to know. And if you don't know, the odds of getting in later are very slim. So by the age of 16, you pretty much have to know what you want to do and be sure about it.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I want to be a dentist. And they're like, okay. And I started looking at schools in Venezuela, and I realized the situation socially, economically, politically was just not ideal. And a 5-year career, which was dentistry, it's 5 years in dental school, was taking people 7, 8, 9 years to complete. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Wait, a 5-year dental school?
It was taking 8 to 9 years for people to finish because
for what reason? I just don't understand.
The schools were not being funded by the government. They were going on strike constantly. At that time, it was hard to get resources in Venezuela, so you couldn't finish school. And I was like, I really don't want to do that either. I don't want to just be sitting around. So at the age of 17, I moved to the U.S. all alone.
Did you know English at the time?
I did. I went to a bilingual school.
Okay.
So I moved to the U.S. and I started my journey to become a dentist here, which was not what I expected because I didn't really know the system as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went through 4 years of college in Florida. Loved it. My whole plan was like, I'll graduate dental school and stay in Florida. And then I got accepted into dental school here in Arizona.
Okay. What year? What, you were 22 at the time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just incredibly smart. Like, like. So yeah. Well, explain to me how that happened, because like, I mean, I tried college 3 times. It didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, like other things, I learned more about myself by failing. I mean, and you know, we can go into that.
Yep.
But I tried the traditional route.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you were very book smart. It sounds like you were able to. Did you expect to memorize a lot? Did you like what was your experience with that? Because it feels like from like 17 to 22, I think you graduated.
Yep.
So then like,
So
what?
I did 4 years of college, which is kind of a requirement to get into dental school. And those 4 years is pretty much, I could say it's harder than dental school itself, because you're taking heavy courses of like biology, physics, chemistry, and you're pretty much studying all day. And I didn't know what the system was like. So I was kind of learning as I went, and I was following everyone else's footsteps, and we can get into that because that's part of like my whole journey. Because I didn't know the system, I was like, oh, I'll go the traditional route and follow what everyone else is doing. I'll get a biology degree because that should guarantee me getting accepted into dental school. And I'll join this club and participate in this event because this should guarantee me getting into dental school. And then I didn't get into dental school the first time I applied. And I just felt like my whole world came crashing down, because I'm like, well, I did everything right. I got the grades. I did the thing. What do you mean I'm not accepted? Like, explain this to me. And what I realized in the process was like, I was so focused on trying to be like everyone else, and I wasn't everyone else. Like, I had a completely different story that I wasn't tapping into. I was just trying to be like this cookie cutter person, you know, like fitting every mold. And then I realized, I'm like, this is not getting me anywhere. Like, I need to restart the whole process and just be myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So at 22, I got accepted into dental school. I moved to Arizona, graduated 4 years later. So I graduated in 2022. I was 26 at the time. And in that same month I graduated dental school, I got married, and I opened my first dental practice. So in a matter of 3 weeks, all of that happened in my life.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you knew what you wanted.
I did. And that's why I was so focused on like, I'm going to make it work regardless. Like, it didn't work this way. Okay, we're going to try something else. But I wanted to be a dentist. Like, there was no doubt about that. No doubt.
So why dentistry? Like, of all, and now here, so that way everybody understands. I love the dentist. I said this to you on the FaceTime. I'm psychotic when it comes to going to the dentist. Like, the more they can like stab me, the better. I don't know why. It's just that pressure. Like, I love that, and I know it sounds weird. Yeah. I 100%. But that's me, and I love the dentist. A lot of people are afraid of going to the dentist. They're afraid of even like talking about it. You know, all the things that come with that, and losing teeth and cavities and blah blah blah. I love it. So when I ask you this, it's not that like I don't love the thing. I'm just so curious. Like, why did you pick that? You could have done and from what it looks like, I just met you in person. Yeah. So for everybody, I literally just met her today, even though we talked over FaceTime, and Jakayla did a great job with your speaking engagement. The first time I'm meeting, and you seem so kind and open, kind-hearted, and just so genuine, right? And so like you could have gone in so many different ways.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if you even wanted to do like some sort of like childcare, like I don't know what it's called, pediatric.
Yep, I did.
Okay. Because I can see the love and the care that you have. Anyway, so why dentistry?
I wanted something where I could make a difference. As cliche as it sounds, I wanted a career where I could make a difference in people's lives. And healthcare is one of those areas where you are there and you really get to help people. When I looked at other careers, I'm like, I also want a life to come with it. You know, my parents spent so much time with me. Like they were at every single swim meet, every single dance recital. Like they were there. And I wanted that for myself too. I'm like, when I have a family, I want to be able to be present as well.
And what did they do again? Because they were
They're dentists.
They were dentists. Okay. So you saw, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because I just had on Dr. David Gallegos. And do you know him?
No, I've heard of him, but yeah.
Yeah, so incredible man. If you have not seen that episode, it will be out soon. By the time this comes out, that will have been out already. So please watch his. He is phenomenal when it comes to talking to the Hispanic community about peptides and about like doing it the right way, helping completely reverse diabetes on a couple of his patients because of doing it the right way.
Yep.
And he was saying that his parents were dentists. But he's like, I do not want to go that route. And so
I spent my childhood running around their dental office and I didn't understand what dentistry actually was, right? Like as a kid, I was there to just run around.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't doing much. And then
if you were, that would be
I wasn't
crazy.
doing much in the office. And then when I was like 13,
you were doing
14,
invoices.
I was. I started doing like credit card, like processing the credit card machines. Seriously, like supply orders came in.
Oh my God.
I was stocking stuff.
Were you? I can see that.
And I got to watch my dad. This is the image that comes to my mind. Take out a wisdom tooth that was like completely sideways. Like it looked so hard. And he made it look so easy. And the patient was just so comfortable. And I was like, that is awesome. Like, I would love to do that one day. That's the first image that comes to mind. And then after that, it was just kind of like, yeah, I like what they do. Like, this is cool. And I got to see generations of families come through. It's like, hey, this is my granddaughter. You know, like.
Oh, that's really, yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. I want to do that. I want to have generations of people come in and I get to witness that now. It's like patients come in and they're like, hey, I'm engaged, you know, or I'm pregnant, and they come in and show me their kids. And I'm like,
that's really, oh my God, I would cry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
I love that.
I actually might tear up right now. I mean, you're really helping people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. And dentistry, it's like people talk about like, oh, it's gross and this and that. I'm like, I get to take someone out of pain. I get to help someone with pain. I get to restore people's confidence. You know how many people walk in covering their mouths like this because they don't want to smile because they're embarrassed of their teeth?
Dude, I'm embarrassed of my teeth.
You
like
shouldn't be. No.
Look, we will talk about that. That's honestly, that is my only what's it called? Like my negative self-talk or whatever. It's not even negative self-talk. It's the only thing that I'm embarrassed about of myself is my teeth.
And you're not alone. And that's the thing. I get to talk to people about this all the time. And you shouldn't be. But if you're like, it's really something that bothers me, how cool is it that I have the tools in my hands to help you with that and see a whole other version of you walk through that door next time I see you?
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. I had a patient come in, like, he wouldn't even talk because of how embarrassed he was.
Yeah.
And he was trying to find a job, and he's like, no one's going to hire me with my mouth looking like this. He literally came in a year later, like suit, tie. He's a manager, like running a company. And it was just, I get goosebumps talking about it because that's probably one of the most impactful cases I've done. And it has nothing to do with teeth for me. It's everything about the person. Like there is a person.
You built his confidence.
Yeah. And it's so awesome to think like I have the ability to help people with that. Like I just put in a little bit of effort to help him, and he was able to construct a whole different life. Like, how cool is that?
I never even thought about dentistry like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I love it. I'm super passionate about it. And the more I do it, the more I fall in love with it.
Wow. So it sounds like your parents were very supportive of you. So you had a good relationship with them. Like
Still do. Yeah. They
Yeah?
help me in my office still.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so, how? What do they do?
Yeah. So my dad helps me with clinical mentoring and everything, and then he'll help with patients here and there. And then my mom helps with all the management and financial parts. So
Really?
yeah.
So, okay, do they still have their practice?
In Venezuela. So my parents, they had their practice in Venezuela.
Uh-huh.
And then when I graduated in 2022, they moved to the States. So in order to practice dentistry here, they would have had to go through dental school all over again. It's a whole thing. So what they did was find kind of like, what can we do to still help in the office? So they're not practicing dentistry necessarily, but they help as much as they can. Like if I need like help with a patient or a case or something, I can rely on them to help walk me through it. But they've also been very good about giving me my space and letting me figure things out. Like they can offer wisdom, but they're also kind of like,
You've got great parents.
they're amazing.
Holy
yeah.
crap. Good for you. There's not a lot of people out there who have parents like yours.
Yep. I'm so grateful. Like,
And they're still married and they love each other still. Like, that's beautiful.
Yep. And now they help with my daughter. So
Yeah. You're like babysitter too.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So let's go back a little ways here. You talk about, you skimmed the top essentially. I want you to go deeper in, I heard in your speech a little bit about the fact that like you were told no so many times. And I would love for you to talk about the mental toughness that you had to go through. And I'm grateful that you had parents that supported you throughout that time. And I don't know if you were married at that time. Did you even have him in your life at that time? Okay, so then it was just you.
It was just me.
Okay, so can you break down what that looked like and felt like and what the actual situation was?
Yeah. So like I moved here at 17 and I mapped out a whole plan. I'm going to take these classes. I'm going to get these grades. I'm going to take this test this time of the year. I'm going to apply to dental school. I'm going to get in. I'm going to move. Like I had everything planned out. And I followed every step of the way. And I was like, I'm one of those type A persons that's like,
it sounds like it.
Yep. I'm like, if there's a list and I check the list, then things are done. Like, period. And I applied to dental school. You apply the year before you want to get in. So for example, dental school starts in July of this year. You would have applied May of last year. Okay. So I applied starting my senior year of college, which was I'd graduate college and then in 2 months I would start dental school. That was my plan. And you find out if you get into dental school, you start finding out in December. So you apply in May, you find out in December, and then you start in July.
Okay.
That's kind of the timeline. I applied in May, and then in December, there's a day that's called, my year was December 1st, and we called it D-Day. We called it Decision Day.
That's what you said. I remember that, yeah.
That's when you hear back from schools, and so everyone's like on their phone constantly checking. And my friends were all pre-dental students as well. So I remember my phone going off and everyone being like, I got accepted into blah, blah, blah. Like I'm going to blah, blah. And everyone was getting accepted into dental school. And I'm just refreshing my email like, hello, where's my acceptance, right? Like there were 10 schools. I'm like, surely one school would be like, this girl should be here with us.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, I had gotten 10 no's. I remember I was at Target when I got the final email that was like, we're not accepting you. And in that moment, I was checking out at the Target line and I was just like, what am I going to do with my life? Like that was the first question that came to mind because I left everything behind for this dream. And all of a sudden you're telling me it's not coming true. And so I went to bed that night and I woke up the next morning and I had lost my voice. I wasn't sick. I had nothing. I could not speak. Like nothing would come out. Literally like imagine like Little Mermaid where she just lost my voice. And I didn't know that then. I know it now. Our body treats rejection the same way it treats physical pain. So it activates the same neural pathways in your brain. And pretty much my body was protecting me. It's almost like, you don't want to talk about this. You're so deep in your emotions. Like, let's protect you. You don't have to talk about it. And I remember my parents were trying to be supportive and being like, well, can you apply to more schools? Can you do this? Like coming up with ideas to try to help me. Mm-hmm. And I was just like in this little isolated bubble where I was just like, I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Like I failed. Like I felt like a failure. And it was a really tough place to be in mentally because I see everyone that did the same things I did getting in. And then there's me sitting in my room watching Grey's Anatomy again, just like, I'm like, what am I going to do? And I talk about this in my keynote, but like there was this little voice in my head that just kept telling me like, this is not how your story is supposed to end. And the only way I attribute this voice is just God telling me like, this is not how it was supposed to go. Like, trust me in the process. And so I was like, okay, I need to snap out of this because I'm not making any progress just sitting here watching TV. Like, I need to figure it out. And the one thing I thought to myself was like, I gave up everything I loved. I was a swimmer growing up. I gave up swimming for college because I couldn't do it. I loved dancing. I gave up dancing just to focus on school. And I was like, I gave up everything I love and it still didn't work out. Let me go back to the things I love. And I used to take Zumba classes at this place. And I remember I walked in for Zumba class and there was a poster on it, on the wall saying like, auditions for the salsa team. And I'm like, I'm going to audition. Like, do I know how to dance salsa? Not that well, but who cares? Like, we're going to try something different. We're going to try something fun. And I actually made it on the team. And I was like, okay. So that whole following year was me literally practicing and dancing every day. Every single day I would go to dance class. I would practice salsa. And I started meeting new people. We performed across the country. So like we were traveling, we were having fun. Like my best friend, she was my maid of honor. I met through the salsa team. Like it was just incredible. And in that process, I kind of like found myself again. And I was like, okay, like the world didn't end, right? Let's try this again. And I reapplied. And the funny thing is, the only thing that changed in my application, there wasn't my grades, it wasn't anything. It was literally just me, like my essays and the way I presented myself on paper. That was it. And that following year, again, December 1st, I got 5 acceptances into dental school. And I got to choose. I didn't have to wait for someone to tell me like, hey, you're coming here. I actually had the choice of deciding where I wanted to go. And I ended up here in Arizona, which was like the best decision ever. But I hadn't even applied to the school the first time around. Like that's the crazy part. I hadn't even thought about the school. It was like doing my research the second time around. I'm like, oh, this looks like a cool place. Like I didn't know anything about Arizona. Like we see the movies and it's like cacti and just like, you know, tumbleweed. And like, yeah. I flew in and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I remember feeling nostalgic because the mountains reminded me of home, like Superstition Mountains and everything. That's how where I grew up in Caracas is. Like there's mountains everywhere. It's a valley. Wow. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And I've always loved sunsets. And the day I walked out of my interview, it was the most breathtaking sunset I'd ever seen. The sky was like, you know, it's like cotton candy, like pink and purple and orange and blue. And I was standing in the parking lot, just like staring at the sky. And I remember thinking to myself, if I get accepted here, this is where I'm coming. Like, the school was amazing. The people were friendly. It was everything I wanted. And it happened. It made it come true. And here I am.
Girl, you're going to make me cry. Like, I don't see people talking about this a lot on TikToks or Instagram or whatever, social media, whatever, where it's like, you'll see where I go with this, but like you're constantly moving the goalpost for yourself. Yeah. And so you kind of can't catch up to the goal that you like are setting for yourself. Therefore you don't necessarily feel good about like the accomplishments that you've made, even though you've made all of these accomplishments, like literally everything that you said from to the age 18, most people don't do, especially with a family that is encouraging them, that would then move for them later. Or you, yeah. And so moving the goalpost is one thing, and then the other side of that coin is you. I don't want to lose it. Every time. Like, I can only speak for me, right? I'm working so hard, and I can see you work and are working so hard, especially with, I can see it in you. It's for your family. It's for the entire family, but now you have a family.
Yep.
And so you're doing all of this, and it's beautiful. And so, but in those moments, and I might cry right now, but it's like,
Don't make me cry. I'm gonna cry.
girl,
too.
I'm so. I was joking earlier when I'm like, oh yeah, no, I want you to cry. No, you're making me cry now. It was you know what? Side note here, asterisk. Yesterday, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. I was at the gym, and I was like crying because I was just like, well, not in a good way. I was just like, dude, like I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like I'm providing enough. I am not. All of these things. It's just it feels like I need to be doing more, even though like I know that like it's the process and so it was interesting. And anyway, so going back to what you just said is that, or what I was saying is that you work so hard, and then you have these little moments where I believe in God, and I believe that God shows you like you finally get this win. Or you get this opportunity to see like what it could be or whatever. And then you get this gorgeous sunset. And then you just stand there and then you cry and you say, thank you, God. Just thank you. Just, and I don't hear that very often. I don't know if people think that that's too vulnerable or they can't talk about that, but like, more than not, every day for the last couple of years, I have literally every morning, I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for allowing me the strength and the ability, the discernment, whatever it is that like I feel like I need in that day. I'm saying, dude, thanks. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for giving it to me already. Thank you for giving it to me already because I need it. And so it's just, I love, I'm trying not to cry. I love that he gave you that sunset and that you were, okay, so I'm trying not to cry anymore. Okay, so then when did you meet a husband?
So I was in dental school for 2 years at this point.
Okay.
And then COVID hit.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
a lot of things, like worlds changed during COVID. So go ahead. Tell me your story.
My story. I did not want to date anyone in my class, in my dental school class, because I'm like, if it doesn't work out, this is going to get messy. We see each other all day, every day. I had already seen classmates do it, and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I need to meet someone outside of school. And so naturally, it was like we would go out, I would go to events, try to network, meet people, and it never really worked out.
Yeah.
And side note, I love baseball. I grew up watching baseball, Venezuela is really heavy on baseball. My brother played baseball his whole life. When I would go watch my brother, again, type A coming out. When I would go watch my brother play, I would be the one like scorekeeping and like, like checking what his average was and all this stuff.
How's your brother?
My brother is 27 right now. So he's 3 years younger than me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And we're super close as well. But I remember like I would sit in the baseball field, right? And so I loved baseball. Tangent. So we go back to COVID. I'm trying to like meet people and I'm like, okay, I'm 24 at that time, I think it was. I'm like, I haven't dated anyone in a really long time. Like, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, am I the problem? Like, like ambition, like, I don't, like, it just never worked out with anyone else.
Okay.
When COVID hit and I'm like, great, we're trapped at home. Like, what are we going to do? And my friend was like, why don't you try downloading a dating app? And I'm like, that sounds like the worst idea ever. Like, have you met me? Like, how am I going to meet someone on a dating app? She's like, just try it. And I was like, okay. So I download this dating app literally like June something in COVID time, like 2020. And I see this guy on there and he is a baseball player. And I'm like, like. And we start talking and he's super down to earth. I'm like, oh, okay. So COVID is happening. You can't go anywhere without a mask or anything. And we're, trying to find where to meet in public, where it's still kind of safe, but like, it was this whole thing. And so he's like, do you just want to go get something to eat? I'm like, sure. And he'll laugh when he hears this. He's like, what do you want? What do you like to eat? I'm like, I don't care, anything. And he's like, okay, how about Mexican food? I'm like, sure, let's go have margaritas. Like, love margaritas. So we go on our date and I order nachos thinking that it's going to be like like an appetizer size thing of nachos. It was like this huge plate of nachos, right? So I'm on this first date with him. I order this huge thing of nachos. I'm not even really hungry because I'm nervous because I'm like sitting across from this guy. I think I eat like a third of the plate of nachos, and he's just like looking at me like, you're not going to eat anymore? I'm like, I swear I'm full. Like, I cannot eat this whole thing. But we just hit it off that day, and we just kept talking and talking. And then I was in the middle of taking boards in dental school at the time. And I remember we were practicing, and he texted me, like, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh, I'm just practicing for boards. And he showed up at my school with coffee for me. And I walk out to get in. Remember my best friends, like I was at a window, like my chair was by a window, and my best friends were there just like staring, like looking at him. And ever since then, like that coffee date was kind of like, I was like, okay, he's the one. So I didn't find out until later, he had downloaded the app that week. He had just moved back from California because of COVID, stopped playing baseball. And then we found out we had friends in common this whole time because I grew up in the baseball world with my brother. He grew up playing baseball his whole life. We had like 4 or 5 friends in common. So at some point we probably would have met or crossed paths.
That's crazy.
And, yeah.
Such a small world.
Such a small world. And so, yeah, that was 2020. We got married in 2022.
Holy
yeah. We had our daughter in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you.
He's my best friend. Knows nothing about dentistry, and I love it.
Really?
So, yeah. We just talk about anything but dentistry. It's fun because we have baseball in common, right? For him, it's his job. He works coaching major league players and all that stuff. And
that's incredible.
He has a fun job. Yeah. And I just get to watch baseball. Like, we go to different games and we just sit around and I eat chicken tenders and watch baseball. Like,
that is so cute. So in the aspect of relationships.
Yep.
Talk to me about how you like so many different things that I could go here. Okay, so you have a demanding job.
Yes.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Like 3 S's. Because right now you have. How many locations do you have?
So I have 2 dental offices.
2 dental offices.
I work at both. So I take turns during the week. And then I'm doing speaking and, of course, my daughter. Yep.
And is there anything else that you do?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay.
Social media, does that count? Because that takes so much time.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that because I deeply want to help you with that. So what kind of conversations did you have to have with him in order to be able to like have the relationship that you have? Like, talk to me about that.
The first thing was he was very confident in himself, which I think is very important. A lot of high achieving women have issues with that because you're usually in competition with the male, or you don't have a supportive partner because they feel like they should be doing the most in the household. And from the get-go, that was a very strong point for me. I was like, I'm going to be a dentist. That like this is my life. And he was okay with it. Like, he was fine. We had a lot of honest conversations in the process. And I'm someone that tries to bring things up as soon as they happen. I don't like when things fester. I think it just makes it worse. Yeah. And he's the same way. So we just kind of sit down and be like, hey, can we talk? Like, let's sit down. And he already knows, like, if I start deep cleaning my house, like, there's something on my mind. Like, that's the only reason you'll see me, like, cleaning the pantry and, like, deep scrubbing the floors in the bathroom. He'll be like, do we need to sit down and talk? I'm like, yes, we do.
Yeah. Where have you been?
What gave it away? Like, I don't know. So it's been good for us. But we did have a time where, and it still comes up in our relationship sometimes, I'm going to be completely honest. he wanted to take a job where it was coaching a major league team and he would have to be traveling a lot. And I was like, that's going to be really hard for me. Like, I don't want to be doing the long distance thing. Because I did a long distance relationship for a really long time. Like, I don't want to be doing this. And he didn't take that job. Instead, he did individual coaching, which is fine. But then fast forward a couple of years, right? I start doing my thing. I open a practice and I'm like, this is financially like an investment we have to make together. Like, it's not just we never see it as my money or his money. It's our money. Like, joint bank account, we see our finances and together we work through it. And so talking about money is super important. I think a lot of people shy away from it because they don't want to make the other person uncomfortable. That's where a lot of problems arise in relationships. It's like, this is my money, this is his money, and I'm going to do my thing. I'm like, no, I couldn't do any of the things I do without his support, right? So it'd be like, hey, honey, I'm going to be working late nights. Like, I need to stay in the office and see a patient because realistically, when you open a practice, there's a lot of debt you go into and you need to pay those bills. So I was working 7, 8 p.m. sometimes. And then I started speaking and then I was the one traveling. And so it became a thing. It's like, well, you're the one traveling now. Remember a couple of years ago when we had that conversation? And I was like, you're totally right. And I was like, at that moment, I didn't realize like how important it was to you. And so we sat down, revisited the conversation. I'm like, well, now it's different because now we have a baby, right? Now it's, we can't be both gone at the same time. And so it's just honestly having those conversations, but he's at a point right now where he's so content with what he's doing. And he still travels because he goes and sees the players he's working with, but I get to tag along sometimes, right? Yeah. It's like we go with our daughter, we take her to baseball games. Like we built this life based on giving and taking. Like we both sacrifice things. But I remember we had a conversation. I asked him, I'm like, am I too ambitious for you? Like straight up, because this is what I want to do. These are my life dreams. Like I have goals. And I need you to be on board. And if you're not on board, and this was before we got married, I'm like, if you're not on board, then we need to go separate ways because I'm not changing who I am. And he was like, no, like we just need to figure out a plan. Sometimes my brain is going 10,000 miles an hour and I have 10,000 projects I want to complete. And he's like, oh, hold on. Like we're going to do it. But like, we can't be doing all of them at the same time. And it's nice to have someone that's not in the dental field because sometimes I think my parents see it more from a strategic, analytic place. And he's just there like, I mean, what's the holdup? Like, you know.
Say, okay.
Yeah. So it's been nice for us to have that. And then when I had my daughter, I was like, I took 3 months off, which I love. Like being a practice owner was amazing because I was like, I get to decide when I go back. And I remember telling him, like, I'm not ready to go back. Like, she's so little. How am I going to, like, go? I mean, she comes to work with me, but still, like, how am I going to, she's my baby.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, do you want to stay home? Like, do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? And I was like, do you know you married?
Like, I didn't say that.
Yeah. I'm like, no. I'm like, I admire stay-at-home moms so much. Yeah. Like, I think they do incredible work. But I was like, that's not me. Like, even if I wanted to homeschool my daughter, I could not because I can't be just there inside the house. I need to be moving and doing things and creating. And he was like, okay, so we'll come up with a plan on how we're going to, take care of this. So my daughter comes to work with me. She has a little playpen in my office. She naps there. My parents help me with her. My team members, like, they love when she's there. My patients come in and now ask for her. It's like, really? Is she here? Yeah. And I'm like, no, she's not here. And they're like, oh.
Well, I guess I'll still get my teeth done. Whatever.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be a limitation having her there. It's been the best thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, I went on a tangent.
No, that's fine. I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but I have a girlfriend, and I've been with her for a very long time, and I've had to have so one of the reasons why is because I'm on just like you, I'm continuing to grow. I'm 31. Yeah. And I congratulate you on all of your success already, like really, because that is just beautiful, and you deserve all of it, really.
Thank you.
And on my journey, I had my parents are still married, Marissa and Michael, and they do watch the live sometimes. So if you are watching, Mom and Dad, I love you, and Mom, I'm wearing the loafers. I knew how ambitious I was, and it's really interesting because I'm not a type A, but I knew that I go 1,000 miles an hour, and I don't attribute it to ADHD. I don't do that. I'm not like, I yes, I want to do TikTok, and yes, I want to do this, and I want to do that. But that's because I like all of these things. It's not because like I have a, like I clinically have ADHD, but like I love people. I love technology. I love reading. I love cameras. I love lamp. Like I love all of these things, right? And so I had this conversation. Her name is Danae, and I had this conversation with her. I was like it was not as crude as what I'm about to tell you, but just for for the clip, I guess, is like I'm gonna be clocked out of the relationship 90% of the time during the moments where I am building, because I need to build the infrastructure and I need to build the systems and processes and all the things. And I don't know how to do that yet. And so I'm going to be checked out 90 to 95% of the time. But the 5%, I am all yours. But that shit better be in the calendar. Which it feels like I'm turning into a type A.
I'm like, oh, I relate.
Yeah. No, like it's so funny. Side tangent. I hired people in the past because I didn't want to do emails, because I didn't want to post, because I didn't want to this. And then I realized that like I have to do all of these things because as the CEO, as the owner, as the operator, if I have to know how to do everything. I have to know how to like clean the toilet.
You're speaking my love language.
Really?
Yes.
Like I have to know how to clean the toilet, and I also need to know how to do the filling. Like I have to know how to talk with the patient, and I also need to know how to do EHR and all of the other the things necessary. That it's not that it's not that I'm not even like, it's not that I'm not allowed to delegate. It's that I have to know how to do everything, and therefore I can build it out and it can be its own organism. It can be its own ecosystem. But I have to know how to do everything first. And I realized that later because I thought I was the shit. Like I did. I was just like, oh yeah, no. I've got a camera. I've got this. I can do this. I'm friends with doctor, and I'm friends with this, and I'm friends with that celebrity or whatever. And I'm like, and yeah, I am friends with, but that didn't mean shit. Okay, so anyway, I had these conversations with her, and it's really interesting that you said you brought that up, because it was like, it was almost like, am I too, not in the same words, but am I too, what was the word that you said?
I said ambitious.
Thank you. Yeah. Am I too ambitious for you? And she said no, but she also retorted with something that I have so much respect for her for saying this. Because whenever I met her, I went to Indiana with one girl, and that did not work out. It was messy. And I grew up there 5 to 7 years over there.
Okay.
That was my growing up, that was my college essentially. And where I became the man that I am now. And then I met Danae there, and then I brought her back. And so we started this little clothing line over there. And it was called Sinful Circle. It was supposed to be like a joke because I don't know, but it doesn't matter. and so we started this whole thing. Fast forward, I thought that she was going to be this like female CEO and I had all of these ambitions, but I remember I'm baby. I have all these dreams, but I don't know. And she has all these dreams too. But finally, we had this conversation later on, and she had expressed to me, this is the whole retort now. She's like, I don't want to be the person to have all of the responsibility on my back. I don't. And some people are not, men or women, some of them are not as self-aware to know that. And they put themselves in situations that will hurt them mentally, emotionally, physically sometimes. And and so I give her so much respect because she's like, look, you can be the leader. You can be the leader, and I will assist you on whatever you need. Because she's good at, like, damn near every, all the considerate integrator and visionary, right?
Yep.
And
you need
so,
both.
yeah.
You need both.
And so, but it was just so interesting because, like, that conversation helped me to understand where we were in the relationship. And therefore I'm like, all right, well, if that's it, thank you. And because of that, now I have the confidence to go out there and be who I'm supposed to be. And then, like, you don't, like, I'll risk everything. You don't have to do any of that. I love risking. I have no idea why. I'm psycho like that. But I was very grateful for that conversation. So it's really, I don't know the right adjective. It's nice to know that you had that conversation with your partner.
And I think it's a lot of people avoid the conversation because it's uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Very uncomfortable. And I'm speaking to all the women out there. Do not be afraid to have that conversation, especially if you're anything like me, where you're like, I have all these dreams and goals. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. Nothing. And if you are going to be my partner, you're going to be my partner and be by my side. My husband and I have found this incredible dynamic, and it comes down to something as simple as, like, I hate doing dishes. Hate doing dishes. So that's why when he sees me doing dishes, he's like, something's wrong. Hate doing dishes. I don't mind doing laundry. I'll do laundry all day. He doesn't mind doing dishes. He hates doing laundry. Perfect. But it's something as simple as that we made our house work that way. And it translates into everything in our relationship. And actually, I'm the one that's always, like, pushing him, like, do you want to open your own business? Like, do you want to be your own boss? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay. But, but that's how my mind works. And he's okay with where he's at right now. It doesn't mean he won't change at some point. And it doesn't mean that I respect him any less because he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But I'm like, one of us has the freedom to do this. I'm like, oh, I have to leave and get my daughter. Cool, I can do it. Like, I'll call my patients, be like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, my daughter comes first. They understand.
Yeah.
They understand. But it's a conversation that's hard to have.
Yeah.
It's really hard to have. And if you don't have a solid foundation in your relationship, it's going to create some cracks. Like, it will be tough.
Wow. Okay. We're going to have a commercial break. So give me, you'll hear it, and then we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by 5 Flash Media.
Hey, don't you have an event coming up that you need live video production for?
I think I do. Who should I call?
You should probably call 5 Flash Media, and you can reach them on all social medias at 5 Flash Media.
Okay, I'm going to do that because I heard that they're the best at everything. Anything video, photography, mobile podcasting. I mean, who's doing our show right now?
5 Flash Media.
Go to 5 Flash Media on all platforms.
All right, here, let me go back on. Okay, so, wow. Is there anything wrong with you? Like,
There probably is.
There probably is.
Probably is.
You sound like you sound like the I want to dig, but like you sound like the perfect partner. You sound like the perfect like mom. You sound like the perfect businesswoman. Like, so well, tell me otherwise, because from everything that you said, perception is reality. And like, so tell me what makes you human. Like, what are the things that you actually suffer with? Like
perfectionism. Let's start there.
Okay.
Because I try to do everything perfect. I want to be the perfect mom. I want to be the perfect business owner. I want to be the perfect wife. And you can't be all. And right now, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. We're kind of like in an argument because I'm digging more into the speaking world, hence why I'm here, hence why I'm taking more opportunities, right? It's like trying to step into a different world.
Yeah.
And it's almost going against everything I grew up with, because it's like, well, you have the stability of a practice and you're taking time off and all these things. And it's like, yeah, but I'm doing this because of, like, there's another goal at the end of this, right? This is just kind of like the stepping stones of what I'm doing. And so it's trying to be present everywhere at all times and keeping people happy at all times, that sometimes I lose myself in that process. And I realized that postpartum, because I was so devoted to my daughter. Like, everything was around her, and I wasn't doing anything for me. Like, I didn't have postpartum depression, thankfully.
Good for you.
Yeah. And it's a thing that a lot of women struggle with, and I'm so glad I didn't have it. But I think I didn't have it because
Because you had the depression
in
and
mind. Like, yeah, I'm like, I actually started my speaking stuff when I was postpartum. I was up at 3 a.m. breastfeeding her, and I'm like, I'm losing my mind just sitting here playing Candy Crush.
So while you're just typing away at while you're breastfeeding.
Yes, I was taking a course to learn how to craft my keynote speech, how to get paid for events. Like, I would be up at 2 a.m. and I'm like, yes, I get to listen to my course, like.
Yeah, because you have to be up. So it's like,
yeah, I have
this
to be
is a
up
great
anyway.
excuse for.
Yeah. Like, great excuse to start doing this, like that's what I'm saying. So like, I constantly have so many projects in mind that sometimes it's hard for people to keep up with me. And I think that's probably where it goes. Like, the perfectionism part, the ambition part is like, it's hard. And then obviously you talked about it before, the not enoughness feeling of, am I doing this good enough? Am I feeling up to par? I'm seeing all these people doing this on social media, like where I'm at, right? And I talk about this in my keynote. Like, the moment you start letting these external things dictate how you feel about yourself, you're going down a rabbit hole. Like, your whole self-worth, your identity, everything is going to change because your validation comes from the external world. But in reality, the world is just giving you a fact. Like, there are people out there doing this. Mm-hmm. And then we tell ourselves the story. Well, I can't do it because I don't have this. And it's like, bullshit. Like, you're not doing it because you don't want to. You're not doing it because it's not meant for you. You're not doing it because of X, Y, Z. But it's not because, like, I'm not that person. Mm-hmm. Thank God you're not that person. Like, you get to be your own self and create your own thing. And I didn't realize how successful my practice was until I started telling other people, and they were like, you're doing all that with just like 3 chairs? And I'm like, yeah, like, is that not a thing? Like, like,
what's so funny? I'm gonna along the same lines. Yeah. Okay. Man, this is so interesting. Because of what you just said, I don't go around looking at other companies that are in my field. Mm-hmm. I focus on what I need to focus on. and then there are certain people who effed me over. Mm-hmm. And then I realized after that had happened that, I go to other opportunities, and then this guy, these people, these men or women, doesn't matter. They're like, wait, you do audio engineering, and you do color correction, and you do cinematography, and you own all the cameras, and you do lighting, and you do gafting, and like, yeah, why? And they're like, because that's every, like, I've been paying individually for somebody to do the light, and somebody to do the audio, and then somebody to do the video, and then somebody and you do all of it. And I'm like, yeah, I thought everybody does that. What are you talking about? And and it's also shown me that, like, what my true value should be in the marketplace, as opposed to what I have been doing. But that's the thing, though. Like, and maybe maybe there are some parallels, and I don't know. But like with, I never went to school for this, and so there was nobody telling me. I was looking for mentors, but no
one's gonna share. There's very few people that are willing to share and help you. Yeah.
And there's nothing. And here's the thing, though. Like, I did find a mentor, but I found a business mentor. Mm-hmm. I didn't find a lighting, audio, video, color correcting, color grading, blah 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 mentor. Mm-hmm. And so whenever I went into the marketplace, apparently I was under, what's the word?
Valuing yourself?
Yeah. And I was like, how am I supposed to know this? Talk to me about mentorship for you.
yeah.
Did that ever happen?
It did. And I've been very blessed. I'll start with that because my parents have been really good mentors for me. But
They're your parents.
they're my parents. And there's a star that I need to put next to this because I remember it irked me so much in dental school when people would say this. They're like, oh, well, your parents are dentists, so of course you're going to do this. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They, when I was in school, even my faculty said it, and it would bother me a lot because they'd be like, well, your parents are dentists, so like they can help you out. My parents were living in another country.
Your faculty was saying this?
Yeah. And it wasn't ill-intentioned. It was more of like,
You got this.
yes. It was more of like, oh, you're doing so well. It's because you have this. And I'm like, I want you to understand, I never worked with my parents. Never got to physically sit there and watch them do things. Because I was a kid the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? I was in school. I was in extracurricular activities. So I never had the time to sit there and learn from them. I learned from their experiences, from what they told me, but to sit there and watch them do things, I didn't get to do that. So when I was in school and they would tell me like, well, you had this opportunity, I'm like, I didn't though. Like the times I shadowed and worked with other offices, like I didn't get to learn much. And the reason I say the things about mentors is because everyone talks about being a great mentor, and the moment you start to show that you have potential, a lot of mentors shy away because they live in a scarcity mindset where they think you're going to take over what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like their own fear kicking in of like, I don't want to be replaced, so I'm not going to give you all the information I have so that you don't outshine me.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
You've seen that. And then I remember I was looking for offices to shadow. So one of the requirements to get into dental school is to shadow dentists. You have to go and learn from them. And
that makes sense.
Yep. I knocked on so many doors, and I don't think I got a call back from a single one. And I was like, how am I supposed to get into dental school?
With no experience.
With no experience. No one will. I'm not even asking for money. Like, I'm literally just being like, can I just be a fly on the wall? And they would say no.
Wow.
And I made myself a promise that when I got to be a dentist, I would be that doctor that would open my doors for dental students. And I'll tell you that story, like what came after it. But I remember my friend was dating this guy. She's been my friend in Venezuela for 12 years. Like, we're close. And she was dating a guy here, and I was telling her like my struggles. I'm like, dude, I need to find a place to shadow, and I can't find anything. And she's like, oh, you know what? I think my man's cousin or uncle or something like that, I think he's in dentistry. Like, I'll ask him. And I was like, okay, like zero promise from this. Like, she doesn't even know what's going on.
Okay.
I get a phone call 2 weeks later. It's like, hey, so-and-so, the guy's uncle, gave me your contact information, told me you're looking for a place to shadow. We'd love to have you. And I was like, I'm in. Like, I don't even know where your office is at. I don't know. I'm in. Like, I need the experience.
Yeah.
And I was there for 3 years. I worked in that office. I wasn't just shadowing. Like, they actually put me to work. And I never got paid.
Wait.
I worked
Good or bad?
I never got paid for 3 years of working. You tell me.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if it was like, okay.
And looking back, I was just grateful for the opportunity. I'm like, I need this anyway. But at some point I did feel
Taken advantage of.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the whole debacle happens where I don't get into dental school. I'm taking a year off, and I'm like, I actually need a job where I'm making money. So I sit down and I have the conversation. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. We'll start paying you. And I was like, okay. But they start cutting my hours. And I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. And so I start looking for another job, and I find an incredible office. Like, I still talk to them. They were incredible mentors for me, true mentors. Sit down right here. You're going to learn how to do this. They taught me about practice ownership. They taught me about insurance. And even when I didn't know how to do something, they gave me the benefit of the doubt. And thanks to them, I know what I know for my practice. So when I opened my practice, the first thing I did was call them. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to buy a dental practice. Like, they sat down with me on the phone. They're a couple, married couple, like 2.5 hours walking me through the mistakes. They're like, you were there with us when we did this. Don't do this. Look at this. Like, that, you don't get that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so I opened my practice and I started accepting pre-dental students to come shadow. And I was like, I'm going to teach you in the state of Arizona, just in case, you don't really need a license to become a dental assistant. Like, you can go to school for it. If you're going to take x-rays and use certain things, you need licenses. But to be there just holding a suction, you don't need a license. And so I
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess.
I told my students, I'm like, if you're going to be in my office, you're not just going to be standing there. You're going to be learning.
Working.
You're going to be learning. And I was like, and the goal is for you not to work for free. The goal is for you to learn what you need to learn, get your licenses, and then I'm paying you. You become my dental assistant. And that's what I've been doing. I've had 5 so far. 3 of them are in dental school right now. 2 of them are graduating next year. Like, it's
Good for you. Good job.
but it's giving back because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And so when you live in an abundant mindset and you know that, like, if I put in the work, good things are going to come for me, it comes my way. People talk about, like, oh, it's so hard to find staff to stay with you nowadays. I haven't had to put out an ad for an assistant in years. Why? Because I take care of them. I treat them like family. I help them in the process. And they refer their friends and family to come and work for me. That's it. And not even for me, with me. We're a team. They don't work for me. We work together. Like, I could not do what I do without them. But it's mentorship. Like, that's what I see true mentorship to be. It's like, I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through it. And if you outshine me good, that means I did my job right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That was great. That's honestly, that's what I'm doing too. And it's really interesting to see the parallels because
Business is a business. I tell everyone that, and sorry to interrupt, but
No,
like,
go ahead.
people think like owning a dental practice is so different than everything else. No, it's a business. What change are the little nuances inside it. But running a business and learning how to have a successful business, it applies to anything in this world.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that your speaking engagements are going to be so great because you've studied that. Like, I mean, it's your story, but what a better or there's nothing easier to talk about than your own story. So, to put a cap on that, I never got the help that I wanted. People tried to charge me for time instead of information. And then try to give me, it just, you would understand. And I hope that the people who are watching would understand too, is that like, I didn't have the money for the kind of mentorship that people were like asking for when it came to like time instead of information. And so, even though I'm still growing, my goal is to, God, I am so sorry. Hold on. There you go. My whole goal with Five Flash, and I also have a company called Powerhouse Media Group. And so with Five Flash Media and Powerhouse, I want to help the photographers, videographers, and editors who have not had that. And I want to create a space where essentially I can, like, they have to be vetted, right? But the good people who do good work, who are personable, like Jakayla. Like, look, I met her. Yeah. Did she tell you?
No.
Did she tell? I met her through TikTok.
Makes sense.
And
Makes sense. Yeah.
I'm really good at getting attention on. That is how she and I met.
Yes.
And I met her. I vetted her, and then and more than anything, like I'm sure you can understand this, but like you don't need somebody who is an expert. You need somebody who has the willingness to learn and the willingness to accept change.
Yes.
And then you can teach them anything. They have to like what it is, whatever the thing is. But if they have those two things, and if those two things, if your willingness to learn is a 10, and your willingness to accept change is a 10, 10 times 10 is you're good. And I pride myself in finding those people. And I think that you have that same thing, is that like, I mean that, and also you just being a good person. You said that like there are people, and I hear this, that like I can't find staff, I can't this and that, and like, well, maybe you suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Always look in the mirror first. Always. Always. I was speaking at my former dental school yesterday, and someone asked me that, like, how do you keep your staff? And I was like, I treat them like humans. Like, but I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I treat them as
I give them
human
a good
beings.
wage.
Yeah.
I
They need time
am
off
nice
for,
to them.
like, their sister's graduation. You get the time off for your sister's graduation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if I go get coffee for myself, I usually get coffee for everyone on my team. Like, it's just, and even if they don't want anything, I still ask.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think it's so easy. But we overcomplicate things because we think that human beings are, everyone is so different. No, everyone wants to be treated nicely and respected and valued. That's it. Like, that's my whole philosophy for my team, for my patients. Like, I built a dental office where you feel seen, heard, and valued. It's a no judgment zone. Like, I don't care what happened 10 years ago. We're talking about what's happening today. That's it. That's my job.
What's interesting is like it seems so easy, but that sounds super progressive to most people who are like, I don't know, like if I don't, we're not gonna talk about politics, but like on the conservative side of things, like it just sounds like they just don't want to understand that. Where it's like, just be a kind person, just care about the person.
That's it.
I think I'm getting flustered and my freaking throat is getting irritated at these people. Okay, so last segment here, because I do have to get you out of here soon.
I know.
I know. So I have your page up. So this is Dr. Valentina, and then how do you say your last name again?
Leonett.
Leonett. It's going to take me 40 times, and I'm just being transparent with you.
That's okay.
Dr. Valentina Leonett.
Leonett.
Okay. So first off, I'm following you back now. I made a decision that for all the people who like that I'm going to be interviewing, I'm going to follow them on the podcast because that's my unwritten agreement with them that you come on, you do this. So talk to me about your social media. Like, what have you done with it? And I've seen a couple of them, right? Only a couple though. So how have you looked at social media so far? And to be historically correct, you have, well, now with me, 1,069 followers. Okay, so how have you approached social media?
So I'm going to be honest. I started on TikTok 5 months ago.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, I was an Instagram girly the whole time.
What are you, 200,000 followers over there?
Not that much. I think I'm close to like 4,000 or 5,000.
Okay.
So I started my Instagram when I started dental school.
Okay.
To share the truth behind dental school, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
And just have it kind of like as a little journal for me of how my life was going. And it's funny because I look back on it and I'm like, oh my God, I was so stressed about doing a filling. Like, I can do that in 7 minutes now. Like it used to take me 2 hours. But I started on Instagram sharing that. And I always led with authenticity and vulnerability. And
did you know that was the key?
No.
So why did you start there?
Because when I moved here, I was an international student. I was on a student visa. And, well, that's a whole other part of my story that I skipped. But there are 64 dental schools that I could apply to, and only 22 accepted international dental students. And out of those 22, I had to meet certain grades and criteria.
Shit, we don't even have enough time to talk about that.
And so I know that the story, it gets longer, but on top of that, like after you get into dental school, there's visa requirements and financial requirements, and no one was talking about that online. So when I was doing research, everything I found was for traditional dental students. There were no international students on there. And so when I created my Instagram, it was tailored mostly towards international students.
If I go there, will I see some of the videos?
Yeah.
Okay, here. Keep talking.
Yeah. So I started talking about international students, about how to get into dental school, requirements and all that stuff. And then I was in school, and I was there were two of us in my whole school, two international students. And I was like, okay, there's a need for this. And so I kept posting, but not everything was about international students. It was also about like just life in dental school. And I started building a following with dental students. And then I started having followers from medical school. Like, oh my gosh, I relate to this so much. Or like, I moved and left my home country. And so it just became this thing. And so Instagram became kind of like my way of being known. At that time, social media wasn't like this big thing. This was 8 years ago. And oh my God, I feel so old. It was 8 years.
You're not,
it was,
but yeah, I get it. 8 years ago. That's
8 years
a long
ago,
time.
it was like when Instagram was starting to be a thing, right? And so I stuck to Instagram, and I was just so focused on that. And then I opened a practice, and at some point, there was something in me that was just like, I just feel like I'm bragging about myself this whole time. And I don't want that, right? And so I kind of took a step back and like reframed, and then now I'm more like just leaning into who I am, like my personal brand, rather than dentistry and international students. Like all of this is what makes me me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sharing my experience, my story. And if I can help at least one person, that's cool. So anyway, I'm good on Instagram. And then people start talking about TikTok and all these things, right? And I was like, okay, another social media platform. I don't have time for this. So I started like my own personal TikTok, just doing like my own like funny dance videos, all that stuff, like whatever, kept it on the side. And a couple months ago, someone was like, why aren't you on TikTok? Like, why aren't you posting more on TikTok? I'm like, I don't know how to feel about TikTok. So I opened the TikTok for our dental office. I'm like, I'm just going to use it to kind of get awareness for our brand and all that stuff. And I posted one video, and it got really negative feedback. Like, people were really upset with the video. It was like it was supposed to be a funny video. Some people did take it like a funny one. Most people felt offended by it. And
can you tell me what the video was about?
yes, it was, it's that song that was like,
You probably took it off already, didn't you?
no, it's still on there.
Okay.
It's something like, it was this song that's like, it's too late now. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, it was a tooth that I couldn't save anymore. And so it was like, so I think the caption was something like, we told you we could save it 5 years ago, but it's too late now.
Okay.
That was it.
Sure.
One person told me that they wish I unalived myself because of that video. And yeah.
Why?
They said all the negative things you can think about dentists and dentistry. And I was like, I don't want to put myself in that situation. Like, I don't need that. And so I stepped away from TikTok, and I stopped posting anything related to it. And then I'm sitting there and I'm having this realization. I'm like, I can't be the only one feeling this way. I can't be the only one that's like going through these things. And so that's when I opened my Dr. Valentina one. And I'm like, I'm going to talk about the things that are true. Again, kind of how like my Instagram started. Like, here I am. And I'm like, I'm applying to TEDx events right now. Like, my goal is to get my other goals is to get on a TEDx stage and just talk about rejection, because people have such a bad perception on it, and it can be such a beautiful thing. No one talks about it that way. So I'm like, this is my goal. And so I'm like, I'm going to document my whole thing on TikTok. Like, who cares? Like, it's just for me. I'm going to look back on it just like I do on my Instagram. And surprisingly, I've connected with so many people on there, and I've just kind of started building this different community. And it's not the ugly side of TikTok that I saw the first time around, right? And so that's kind of been my approach to social media. It's just been like, this is me. This is what I do. And there's multiple parts of me. Like, I'm not just a dentist. I'm not just a mom. I'm not just a business owner. But I feel like there's different audiences that can connect to different parts of me.
Yeah.
And that's so amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to put your Instagram up so that way people can see it. I'm just going, I'm just looking at, here, we're going to do this real quick. So, is there is it copyright free music?
No. Oh, it's copyright free.
Okay.
Yes.
Most people avoid rejection. I chase. There we go. I'm Dr.
We'll watch this real
Valentina
quick.
Leonett. I am a dentist, an entrepreneur, and a speaker. Most people avoid rejection. I chase it. I moved to the United States with one dream in mind, to become a dentist. I was quickly faced with how difficult it can be to get into dental school. I was faced with 10 rejection letters. It was uncomfortable. There's a reason why people say rejection hurts. Rejection and physical pain activate the same pathways in your brain. So when you feel like rejection hurts, it's physically hurting you. But I'm here to tell you that rejection can be one of the best things that happens to you. 10 days after graduating dental school, I opened my own practice. Success isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter.
Wow, that was a perfect timing for that.
Became a speaker because
wow. I mean, I was gonna ask my last question to you. I mean, but you kind of answered it already. So it's like, what are you doing for the community? And I can answer this for you. But how is your practice helping the community overall?
There are not a lot of Hispanic dentists in Arizona, and there is a very large Hispanic community. There's not a lot of dentists that speak Spanish, and I'm one of the few. My whole team speaks Spanish. That's a requirement pretty much. There's one person that doesn't speak Spanish, and it's hilarious because she answers the phone and she's like, un momento, por favor. Like, she knows exactly what to say.
Yeah.
Patients walk in. She has a little sticky note where she knows what to tell patients.
It's cute.
I love her. But everyone pretty much speaks Spanish in my office because we want patients to feel comfortable and seen. And we educate them not only on dentistry, but on the medical part as well. We have resources to connect them to. So I have partnered with doctors in the Valley, like primary care physicians, optometrists, whatever it is they need to refer my patients to them. So I've created this network, and we educate them on finances. Like, dental care is expensive. I'm aware of that. It's also an investment that can last your whole life if you take care of it, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people are concerned with how they're going to pay for it. So we have a dedicated team to help with payment plans, to help them with their credit, how to build their credit. If they don't qualify for the in-house payment plans, like how to get a credit card and do it. So our way of giving back is education. And I do pro bono work. I don't like advertising it as much because I don't want people coming and just trying to take advantage of that kindness in my heart.
Yeah.
Which has happened, but I mean, we're prone to it. But I have had a lot of patients where they couldn't afford treatment and we still did it anyway. Like, I won't let you walk out that door in pain. Like, it's not in me. So that's kind of what I do. And then I help dental students. I just got a text message before we started, like personal statements when they're applying to school. Can you review this for me? Can you tell me your feedback? If they need help when they're buying their own practice, I try to mentor them. So I just share my story and try to help where I can and just spread that little seed of positivity wherever I go, and hope that someone reaps the fruits and the benefits of that.
I'm so happy to know you. You're such a good person. It's so hard to find people like you. Now I'm crying. Really, I'm so grateful that I get to hopefully be your friend past
We're
today.
friends
too.
now. Yeah.
Wow. Man. The last thing that I want to say, and then I want to, because this is live, but May 22nd. Did I tell you about May 22nd?
No.
I need you May 22nd.
Okay.
It's a Friday from 5 to, it's really 6 to 8, but 5 to 9.
Okay.
And I'll be having my first live audience Baby J show. It's going to be, I'm doing it like reality TV.
Okay.
So all of the people who were on the first season will be there.
Nice.
And I'll be bringing everybody on for 10 to 15 minutes for the things that I wasn't able to talk to them about because we only had this much time, right? Mm-hmm. And so for the people who have commented on the podcast and that have watched the other podcasts and have questions for those people, and then whenever your podcast comes out and then people have questions for you, because I guarantee you they will, as well as the live audience having questions for you. That's whenever I get to ask you those questions, as well as whatever it is that you wanted to say but couldn't say because we didn't have enough time. So and then you bring a +1.
I'll be there.
Please.
Yes.
I'll give you a whole segment to do your speech. And obviously, just you are a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
You're wow, just beautiful mind, beautiful woman, beautiful heart, everything. I'm gonna end this now because you have to leave. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Joshua Coates and your overnight success story. This has been the Baby J Show. Tell them your name one more time.
I'm Dr. Valentina Leonett, and it was an honor being here.
Thanks so much. All right, love you guys. Bye.